Very big breaking news about spousal open work permit eligibility. The government of Canada has just now updated eligibility criteria for spousal open work permit. In this video, we are going to talk about the details of this announcement. Before we get started, my name is Madhur Parashar. I'm a licensed Canadian immigration consultant. My contact information is on this video. If you need help with your Canadian immigration applications, reach out to me via email or text for our paid immigration services and consultations. Now let's get into the video. So today, January 14th, 2025, the government of Canada has just announced new rules about restrictions on spousal open work permit eligibility for foreign workers and international students. First, let's get into the foreign worker situation. So a few days ago, I had shared that the government is about to implement new rules for SOWP eligibility. Today, it became official. The government has released an official announcement. New rules will go into effect on January 21st. Today is January 14th. So between today and January 21st, so for the next 1 week, the old SOWP eligibility rules will apply. 1 week from now, new eligibility rules will apply. So you have 1 week. If you're impacted, submit your SOWPs as soon as possible. At our company, we help you file SOWPs, so reach out for urgent help. So number one, the biggest change in this announcement is that spousal open work permits will be available only to spouses of workers who are in Tier 0, Tier 1 or shortage occupations. So the shortage occupation list has not yet been released. It will be released on January 21st, but they have hinted that shortage occupations will be in construction, healthcare, natural resources, sports, military, and applied sciences, meaning engineering and technology. The exact list of occupations will be released later. So this means that if the NOC of your job falls under Tier 0 or Tier 1, then you are safe. Your spouse can still get an SOWP. If the NOC of your job falls into Tier 2 or Tier 3, then your spouse will be eligible for SOWP only if your occupation is listed in the list of shortage occupations. That list has not been released. We'll find out on January 21st what that list is. So you have to match your NOC, see if it's on that list. If it's on that list, congratulations, your spouse is still eligible for SOWP. So according to this, based on the language, a lot of Tier 2 and Tier 3 jobs, such as retail sales supervisor, admin assistant, cooks, chefs, the spouses of these occupation holders may no longer be eligible for SOWP after January 21st. Currently, they are still eligible for 1 more week. Announcement number 2, Tier 4 and Tier 5, that is low skilled jobs, will no longer be eligible for SOWP. So if your NOC is in Tier 4 or Tier 5, you have 1 more week to apply SOWP for your spouse. After that, Tier 4 and Tier 5 jobs will not be eligible for SOWP anymore. Announcement number 3. SOWP will only be available if the main work permit holder has their work permit valid for at least 16 months or longer. Currently, this rule is 6 months or longer. They have extended this to 16 months or longer. So in addition to the Tier 0, Tier 1 and shortage occupation criteria, the work permit should also be valid for at least 16 months. Announcement number 4, open work permits will no longer be available to children of foreign workers or international students. So only spouses or common law partners will get SOWP going forward. Announcement number 5, existing SOWPs will not be impacted. So if you've received a spousal open work permit that is valid for a certain period of time, that will not be cancelled or modified. You can work until the end of that spousal open work permit. Now the big question is, what about SOWP extension? SOWP extensions are allowed if you're currently in Canada, you hold an SOWP, but your SOWP was not matching the duration of the work permit of the main spouse's work permit. In that case, you can apply to extend your SOWP to match the duration of the spouse's work permit under the same criteria as the original work permit. Now let's talk about spousal open work permits for spouses of international students. According to this announcement, the spouse of an international student is eligible for SOWP only if the student is enrolled in a master's degree program of 16 months or longer. or in a PhD program, or in certain professional specialized programs or eligible programs. If the student is enrolled in these three types of programs, then SOWP is available to the spouse. Now, what about SOWP extension for spouses of students? So if the main student needs more time to complete their program, and that's why they're applying for extension of study permit, then the spouse can apply for extension of their SOWP to match the duration of that study permit. In that circumstance, SOWP extension is allowed. So that's the summary of the latest SOWP announcement. Unfortunately, it is not a great news for a lot of workers. However, the most important thing to remember is today is January 14th. The change comes into effect January 21st. So you have 1 week to submit your SOWP applications under the old rules, where all the occupation tier levels are still eligible for SOWP for another 1 week. So submit as soon as possible. As soon as we get any updates or clarifications about these SOWP criteria, we will update on this channel. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. My contact information is on this video. Reach out to us if you need our help filing your SOWP application. Contact us for our paid immigration services.